back to my channel. My name is Stanzie and welcome to today's video. So today's video is one that I had a little bit of homework to do on. As you guys can tell by the title, I tried and tested 4 pairs of period underwear just to let you guys know, what are these things about? Are they worth your money? Should you buy them? Should you get them? Pretty much, are they worth it? I thought I'll give them a go, especially as it was that time of the month, and I'll do a video on it just to let you guys know whether you spend that coin or not. Now I know there are people who are a little bit like weary about it and thinking, I don't know how I feel, because I feel like initially when I first heard the word period underwear, I was like, oh really? I don't know. I had heard of period underwear for a while now, and I was umming and ahhing, mainly due to like the sizing that was available. I always wanted to try them out, but I was offered a few places offered me to send them to me to try them, but the sizes they had were actually quite small, and I didn't want to risk saying yes to somebody and taking underwear that wasn't going to fit me, and they don't want a picture or a video or whatever, and I couldn't be truthful about it, and that's not what I wanted. So I just waited, headed out to the stores myself, looked at the undies, picked the ones that I wanted to try, and thought, you know what, you guys I'm sure want to know. It is something that's like happening now. Period underwear, they're convenient, like they're just so easy to use. They save, especially now how we're into like not wasting so much plastic, etc. It's something that you don't have to waste using pads, tampons, stuff like that. So it's just something that's like wash and wear, very easy to do, and they last ages. So even though they might sound expensive, in the long run they're actually well worth your money. I don't know about you guys, but I actually use both. I do use pads and I do use tampons. Depends on how I'm feeling, the flow, if I'm going out, staying home. So a part of me was like, you know what, Stanzie, it's going to be the same as using a pad. However, I don't know about you, but I always have problems. Like when I go to the bathroom and I pull down my undies, the pad falls off, even if it's got wings on it. Then it's like trying to stick it back on, putting a new one. It's just such a nightmare. And I thought, you know what, this can't be that bad. And my biggest problem that I have is usually like I buy the actual like long overnight pads just for like everyday wear, like the longest you could possibly find, because somehow probably the way I sit, I always manage to get a stain at the back in a spot that I'm like, how did this happen? So I thought I'll give it a go. So I spent 4 days trying them out. The 4 underwear that I did try on were the Modibodi, the Bonz, the Love Luna, and a KMart pair. So I recorded a little bit of me talking about it each morning, and I'll kind of mix up the video where I'll go back to that, and then we'll talk about my feelings on it now, and then we'll do an overall review. So all my underwear are in the wash at the moment, so I don't have them to show you. So I have taken a screenshot and I've got some of the like packaging that came with it. So the first ones I tried on were these Modibodi ones, and these are the classic full brief, and they're for heavy overnight absorbency. Now all the ones I tried on were for heavy period. For an overnighter, I wanted to do a 24-hour review of them to see if it is something that you could actually wear all day long. If it is something that you want to do. I know a lot of people would prefer to change them before they go to bed, but I just wanted to find out, can we do this for 24 hours? Can you just wear 1 pair of undies and it catches everything and there's no leaking? Like, let's give it a go. So the Modibodi I tried on in a 22, which says 4XL here on the packaging. They did go up to a 24, which is fantastic. So they have sizes 10 to 24, which covers a big genre of women and also us plus size ladies. Now I'd love to see them go over 24, because there are people that also need them that are higher up in size, probably lower too, but I'm here for my plus size ladies, so would love for these to go up to at least like a 30, 32. I've actually done notes for everything after every day that I wore these, because I really wanted to be honest and actually let you guys know, like a proper review. Now all of the undies did say that they absorb 3 to 4 tampons, and they all had various layers of absorbency. Now, the Modibodi ones, I bought them from Big W and they retail for $31.50. So let's hear my initial thoughts on those ones. So the first undies that I'm going to start off with are the Modibodi ones. Now, these are the most expensive ones of the lot, so I figured let me give them the ultimate test with, day one, heaviest flow. Now, I know everybody has a different flow, of course. Now mine is pretty much generally pretty decent the whole way through, and I usually have them for the whole week. So I'm giving these ones a run for their money and I'm wearing them first off. Now I have them on, I'm not going to show you completely on, but I do have them on here. So this size that I have the 22 fits me just fine. They don't dig in here at all. I feel quite comfortable, quite stretchy. Fabric is a little thin in the front area, but I don't really think that matters. The little elastic here, I don't love little elastic here because I always feel like it will show through your clothes, but otherwise it's quite comfortable. And I love that the padding sort of stuff comes all the way up to the back, which sits just above my butt, which is perfectly fine. Front wise, my belly button is here, so it kind of sits above, nice and high-waisted, how I actually like to wear them. So really quite comfortable. I'm going to try and have these ones on all day and all night. I'll let you guys know if they leak or anything. So quite comfy, which is good. So let's get started on the day. Okay, so the Modibodi ones I did wear for 24 hours through. I love the fit of them, I guess mainly because they did go up to a size 22. They came up nice and high as to where I like to wear my undies. They stretched, very comfortable. My favorite bit was that the double layering, or the 4 layering that it had, went all the way up to the back. So I knew that problem area that I have when I sit down at the back and it leaks through was at least going to be covered with the padding. Now it is quite thicker padding, and if you're someone who doesn't like the feel of that, you might not like these because you can actually tell that they're thick. But for me, it gave me peace of mind because it made me think that, okay, to get through these thick layers, it's gonna take a while. They were super comfortable. They did not move at all. And you know what? I forgot that I was even wearing them. Like, I totally forgot. And until it came down to like toilet time, I didn't even think about it at all. I didn't feel them to be annoying or heavy or anything of the sort. I did go for a walk. I did sit a lot throughout the day. So I did a mixture of things, and they were super duper comfortable. These ones for me were pretty much well worth the money. I know they were the most expensive of the lot, but the fact that they go up to a 24 is probably the best thing going for them, and the thickness of them and the fact that they did not leak at all throughout the day or the night means that they're a 5 out of 5 for me. So next I tried on the Love Luna, which is these ones, the period briefs. Now I got these from Best and Less for $15, and these ones are ones where the sizing was like 8 to 10, 10 to 12. So they did go up to a 22, but it was a 20-22, which I guess I thought, you know what, I should try it. It's my sizing pretty much, so I thought I'll give it a go. They start from about an 8, so it's like an 8 to a 22 with that kind of doubling of sizing, which I personally don't like. I prefer it to be one size, but I guess because they stretch, you can kind of go in between 2 sizes. Now these were also a full brief, and let's hear my first impressions of them. So it is day 2, and today I have on the Love Luna pants. So these are the full brief, and for me they look like they were the ones that would like probably hold the most, I suppose. They're meant to come up higher, so I have them on right now. I'll just try and show you a little bit. Okay, so they're actually lower than the ones that I had on yesterday because they sat over my belly button. These ones kind of sit just below it, which I think a lot of people kind of like them sitting there. I just personally like mine as high as possible. They're not tight just here in the like leg bit either. They cover my whole butt and the back, and the kind of double padding doesn't go up all the way to the top as in the Modibodi ones. These ones come up probably 3/4 of the way. There's still about this much left. It kind of gets to not even the top of my butt crack. I'm kind of trying to feel it out here. It's sort of, I guess, halfway over my butt crack, so covers like pretty decent portion. Kind of, I'll see if I can show you guys there. So you kind of, okay, so it covers up to here. So, and then the undies go up to here. So not the whole way, but I feel like a pretty decent sort of way around. So they should probably do their job. So today is normally like a full day for me anyways. So I'll be spending a lot of time sitting, walking, taking Chippy for a walk. So let's see how these ones go. So with these ones, they did fit okay, pretty comfortable. They're not as thick as the Modibodi ones at all. So it was like having an extra long pad, and probably the same sort of thickness as a thin pad, like those Libra thin ones that you get. Now, I personally would have preferred the double layering to have gone up further up for my comfort, and also I guess for my peace of mind. I did also wear these ones 24 hours, and at some point in the nighttime they did leak through because when I got up in the morning there was a stain on my pajamas. Not where I normally think that I get them, which to me meant that the pad was full and there was nowhere for it to go, so it went onto my pajamas. So these ones I would say are not 24-hour ones. I'd probably say you wear them one in the day and then you get another pair for in the night. And the people who do like to change their underwear like that, that's perfect. So the next ones that I tried on were the Bonz ones. These ones, the Bonz Bloody Comfy. They've actually trademarked the word bloody comfy, and I think that's so smart that they've done that. And I guess the Bonz ones are maybe the more well-known ones because they've done commercials on them. Bonz is very popular here, and funnily enough, I wasn't going to try the Bonz ones. I just have this feeling with Bonz that I'm a bit annoyed that they don't make them higher sizes, that Bonz has so many undies to offer and they just don't have them in the bigger sizes. I feel like now they're kind of starting out a little bit, but they've been around for so long and it's just so disappointing. However, I knew you guys would want to know about the Bonz ones, so I grabbed a pair. Now they go from sizes 8 to 20. I was pleasantly surprised that they did have a 20. I thought they'd probably stop at the 18. So I ummed and ahed about the 20 fitting me or not, because I thought due to that price bracket, they were $25, and I thought, do I want to pay $25 for something that's not going to fit me? I still grabbed them because I was like, they're undies, they're bound to fit somehow. If they're tight, well, there was an experiment. I also picked them up from Big W, where there was a whole range. So they do have them in like the mid to the low, but I got the full brief and I got the ones that were for heavy overnight period, just to make sure that all the ones that I was trialing were on the same page. So let's hear a little bit about my initial thoughts of the Bonz ones. Another day, another pair of undies. So today I'm wearing the Bonz undies. So these are the full brief period undies, the ones that have the heavy leakage, that are for heavy leakage. As you guys can see, I have them on here. At first I was umming and ahhing whether to get them or not because I'm a 22, but I managed to get them on. They don't feel tight at all. I probably would have preferred a 22, but I feel like the 20 still fits enough that they're comfortable enough that they're not going to cause me any like issues, and I can actually give a proper review on them. So these ones have the little like Bonz up here with the little elastic, and they're just a regular undie, and they've got the double sort of padding at the front here, which is lovely, and then all the way up the back, all the way to the top, the same as the Modibodi, and they actually cover a good portion of the backside, which is actually quite lovely. Like most of the backside is the double layer. There's only like two little like side bits that are not. Probably the most like covering butt bit, I would say. I can double check with the Modibodi. I know they went up all the way and they were like great. These ones do go up all the way and actually wide as well, which is really good, and they actually do feel quite comfy. So let's see how these ones go today, and we're going to give them the 24-hour test. So I will say the Bonz ones were so comfortable. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't like to feel like the padding in the underwear, you probably wouldn't like these ones, because the bit sort of where a regular pad would go was actually quite thick. And when I felt that, I felt like, oh wow, there's nothing's going to get through these. The padding did go all the way to the top, but the big thick, I don't really want to say big thick, it's kind of like a thick pad in a way, went in the normal bit where the pad goes, and then sort of 3/4 of the way up to the top, it was a thinner padding, but it was still padded. So it kind of sort of cut up at the back. That way you were all covered, and there was a double layer at the front bit as well. So these ones were made for like nothing is getting through them, and I really liked that. They lasted me all night long. I wore them for 24 hours. They did not leak, did not budge at all, and I feel like I wore them on like my heaviest day, and there was nothing, not a peep through anything. These ones were fantastic. And lastly, I tried on the KMart undies. Now these are the ones that I've tried before, and this time I just tried them through the evening just to see if they were comfortable and if they didn't leak through the night. Now the KMart undies go from a 6 to a 20. I would really love if they actually went up higher, as these ones were the most inexpensive. They were $12 and they were nice and high-waisted. So if these ones went up higher, like, they would be great. They did not last 24 hours when I did do the 24-hour test on them last time. And if you want to see that, it's in one of my vlogs, and I will link that down below for you guys if you want to hear about it. However, they were still great for the money that they're worth. They had the double sort of padding that kind of goes up sort of 3/4 of the way through, and then there's a little bit of an extra layer that comes up to the top. So they're actually quite comfy, and a lot of even though they're for like a heavier flow, if you're someone who doesn't really like to feel the layers, these are nice, comfortable, plain pair. And night wise, they didn't move, didn't budge, and did not leak. So they are the ones that I also recommend, that you'd have to change them out before you go to bed to not get any leakages, because they are not for 24 hours. So in summing up all of the ones that I got, I actually did like all of them. Now, I like them all for different reasons. If I was to repurchase any of them, the ones that I did really like were the Bonz ones. They surprised me. I know, I was like, I don't even like Bonz that much, but I actually really liked them and I would repurchase them. Price point, they were not too bad, not as expensive as the Modibodi ones. Now, I did love the Modibodi ones, mainly because they went up to a higher size and they had a lot of the double layering. However, a little bit more on the pricier side. It is worth it, I know, but sometimes a lot of us don't really want to like spend, you know, to get 7 pairs of paying $31.50 at. So it's something maybe you could collect over time, or you can start off with like your first day having the Modibodi ones, and then you can get to like a Love Luna as they're a little bit more inexpensive. Now, if you really want the cheap option, the KMart ones are still great at $12, and if you bought 2 like per day, that's still $24 that you can change out if you're someone who likes to change them out. Then you have 2 for the same price pretty much of a Bonz pair. If you're someone who just wants to wear the one and it's easy and comfortable, definitely recommend the Modibodi and the Bonz ones. Fantastic. I did like the Love Luna, but they were probably the ones that I would get the least, mainly because they did not last throughout the night. They were sort of comfortable. They did feel a little bit on the thinner side, so with wash and wear, I'm not sure how long they would last. Now, I haven't washed and worn these months and months in a row. If you guys would like an update on any of these, I'm happy to do so, say in like 6 months time, after I've had a chance to wear them and wash them and see how long they actually do work for. I'm happy to do that. Comment down below and let me know. So to sum up, what I initially wanted to say was, I really recommend period underwear. I feel like they're so easy to use, so comfortable. Just give them a go. Even if you're feeling a bit icky and you're not sure, buy a pair, try them out, see how you go, and let me know. I really do want to know your opinion. Do you enjoy them? Are you someone who's worn them for a while? Let me know. If you're someone that's thinking, oh, I've been doing this for ages, you're late to the party. I probably am late to the party, but I'm glad I did try them, and now I have a few pairs to wear. I'm probably going to get a few more so then it could last me like the whole week, because they don't dry in winter, and I don't recommend putting them in the dryer, so I usually just hand wash them. And when you hand wash something, it takes a little bit longer to dry. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.